morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And for all of you who are new to my channel, I usually do readings right about now. I do a lot of tarot readings. Sometimes I'm posting subconscious reprogramming, hypnosis, and manifestation videos. But I'm traveling this weekend. I forgot my cards. And fortunately, so it's going to be a little delay. It'll be probably tomorrow before I can start uploading some of the weekly readings. However, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could possibly do a question and answering before I go and host my group? Because every Sunday morning I do that, but I'm on a different time zone right now. So here I am, which would be like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. And I'm here having breakfast with you. Hey, Anne. So instead of doing readings this morning, what we're doing is I'm having my coffee. I just had my breakfast. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we could have you guys ask me some questions so I can give you guys some great advice to help you along your day or during your journey, whether it is subconscious reprogramming, how to get back into your sovereign self, hypnosis, past life regression, or any questions and answers about the twin flame journey or soulmate journey or ascension. I write many books on all of these different topics, inner child healing, where you want to go. Let's do it. So I see, and so I'm also sure that a few of you will be joining shortly. Depends. Usually people are jumping on for the readings. So what types of questions may you have? Just put them down in the chat. Hopefully I'm seeing all the messages because I'm not on my computer right now. Good morning, Anne. I know that you have a few readings with me in the past. I'm sure as much as you have been taking from all of the readings, what questions may you ask? Hey, Jeff, good morning. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. So for anybody who is new here, who may not know my background, I have been coaching. Hey, Jessica, you caught me. I've been coaching for, I don't know, 18, 19 years on manifestation, subconscious reprogramming. I do past life regressions and hypnosis, and I assist people who are struggling on their journey to become in alignment. Yes, hi Anne, hi Jess, and welcome Jeff. Welcome. There's actually more than you guys online here too, but it's just all that I've seen in the chat. Come on, throw those questions at me. What would you like me to discuss or to give you a little bit more insight if you would like to know? If we were to do readings, now for all of you who really knows me from going a while back, I used to do intuitive readings and I didn't use cards. So I'm not saying we can't do readings because that's not true, but I'm trying to not make this all about readings right now. I would like to be able to hit those topics, or you even give me suggestions on what type of videos you would like for me to do. Like, this is just a friendly chit chat, get to have a discussion. You guys get to give me some input, feedback, or you have a chance to finally ask me those questions. What would you like to know? Because usually those readings are pretty intense, and there's a lot of aha moments that come through. I'm traveling this weekend. Hi, Cindy. Good morning. All right, so I live in Vancouver, BC. I'm visiting Nova Scotia right now, so I'm in a completely different time zone. So there is a possibility. Oh, thank you. So for all of you, I do a lot of free readings, and for those who go and no, I probably won't message you. No, sorry. But for anybody who wants to go and ask a question, it's related to the topics that I've listed below. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. And so I've been coaching on some of these topics now for probably 18, 19 years. And I do a lot of readings, and I help others to become aligned with their true person. That's why this channel is called Get Your Soulmate and Dump the Rest, because we tend to be attracted to karmic partners, karmic lessons. If you look at how we are designed, we are attracted towards what we have to heal. And so when we are doing things that we know that is, we're struggling with, why am I crazy about this person who has ignored me? But it's really a nice way. Can you manifest things in your life if you believe enough? Cindy, I manifest things, amazing things, all the time. And so please shout out to the Bradford Petty Dough crew. Hi, hey. Going back to your question, can you manifest things in your life if you believe enough? All right, so it's more than just believe, because most times when we say we believe this is going to happen, is it going to happen? All right, so you have to be aligned spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. All right. So if you say, I'm going to manifest $1,000, there's a possibility that something in your subtle energy system says, you know what? That might be impossible to do. There's a possibility that manifesting that $1,000 may not happen. So there is a resistance echoing from inside you. So if you feel that having $10,000 or $1 million or $100,000 to be available to you, if you are always kind of basically aligning with a poverty mindset or poverty, you may find that is a little impossible. So there is that resistance, that impossible to have it. So what you have to do is understand, where does that belief system come from? Is it from a poverty childhood? Is it because you don't surround yourself with people who maybe have those types of money? You just have to come to, why do you think that? And where do you get those beliefs? And that's a possibility. However, if you maybe program it in your energy field, oh, but wouldn't it be nice if that happened? Then there is less likely a response where you're pushing it away, but instead you are attracting that possibility. So some people may feel more welcoming to manifest something if they're thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice? Or if they consistently focus on a positive expectation of having something good happening for them, there is a possibility that that money could come through. So we do subconsciously resist. So when you think of gravity, gravity is like holding a ball. And when we let go of that ball, it always will fall down to where the energy field is. So when we resist, we're always pushing against what could come through to us. And if we are open to whatever is going to happen, there is a possibility that we may even receive things that we're still going to push and resist because it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel like what we're accustomed to. So sometimes when that money is going to come into you, those opportunities may come up. You may still resist, saying, oh, wait a minute, why is this money coming to me? What do I have to do? It may feel awkward. It may feel odd. So often we will push things away when it's coming up to us. So how I'm reading your question, I kind of done that myself. I moved away from my hometown and went to another hometown because if I wanted to become a different energy, I had to literally change my environment, change, like as you shift your energies, you'll change your environment too. And that's the thing, is being able to release the old in order to step into the new. But there is a possibility that when I look at the possibilities of what can happen, so when you first wake up in the morning, what do you think about? What is it that you put your focus on? Do you put your focus on all the things that went bad for you? Or do you put your focus on all the wonderful miracles and situations that wouldn't it be cool if it happened, right? So that's the thing, that is the discipline you need. You need to wake up in the morning and fulfill your possibilities, your potential of what space you would like to create for the day. Wouldn't it be nice if unexpected money came to you? And sometimes if you just write it down a few times, tap it in, emotional freedom technique, or write it on your mirror, say it to your eyes. There are all sorts of different techniques how you can be in alignment with that type of energy. Write down graphology numbers on your arm or in your scripting or in your morning ritual of what you're going to write down. All of those are wonderful ways to embody that positivity of money coming to you, because sometimes we can attract debt. We can sometimes attract money, but instead of having abundance, we can attract lack. And that means you're still manifesting. It's just what side of the rod is coming to you. So can you see my picture? I have no idea what you're referring to. And what my sexuality is none of anybody's business. If it was, sober. I see. Interesting. Thank you for the answer. You're giving me a better understanding. Well, actually, Cindy, I have lots of free information on my website. Lots of things to download, even emotional freedom techniques, because sometimes if we have an instillment that was programmed, maybe in our childhood or, in our surroundings, that you have to work really hard to earn money because we don't feel valuable or we don't feel the self-worth. We will manifest different ways where we have to always work really hard to be seen, to be heard, to be noticed, and to be able to receive. So sometimes it is, you would have to overcome those blocks in some way. And if you are making attempts to look at those parts of you that you've always run the subconscious, this is how I react, this is how I do things, then that's why, I will say it's not maybe what you are doing on a daily basis, but it's how your energy evolves. And in order to be in alignment with money, maybe you have to change your energy field, your subtle energy field. And that means, why is it that we are in alignment with certain things and misalignment with things that we want? That attachment of wanting means you are stating you don't have it. And if you feel that it's something you don't have, something that you need, something that you can't have in your life, then you are putting it out there that it's lack. And that is where that energy would come through. Someone's calling me a witch. You know what? That's also a perspective. Our minds are wonderful, how we tell ourselves stories. What is good for us and what is bad? And if you want to keep on calling me a witch, well, a witch is, usually someone that you feel doesn't have good intent towards you. And so really this is about your projection of your own fears. And so your own fears will, strongly manifest, project, what do you feel that is for you or against you. So I'm afraid they found out, I don't know what I'm reading here. I'm afraid they found out Savin Valley. Jeff, I can't. There's a lot of messages here. I have no idea what you are saying. I have a lovely voice. Thank you. Just answer the question, sheesh. I don't know what question you asked. You're all saying questions, and as I'm trying to answer, everybody's just throwing their questions in. So what is your question? Were you next? I'm pretty sure you were the one who was asking me if I'm a witch. No. Hey, young fly. So let's talk about what would you like to know in a question without knowing. I'm seeing a lot of questions here that was like not something that was all right, so Cindy, you talked about manifesting things in your life. If you believe enough, do you believe enough? Do you really truly feel that you can have it? Do you really truly feel that if it showed up at your door right now, outside your door with a name tag on the box with your name on it, and there was like $1,000, what would you do? Would you act in shock? Would you act in absolute, like, no, this is not real? That is you pushing it away. That is you saying, no, this is impossible. This can't be real. This is my imagination. So your mind, your imagination, and what you are experiencing on a reality basis Actually, your consciousness cannot make out what is real and what is a fantasy, or what is your imagination and what is real. Like, to your consciousness, they're the same, right? So when we are actually, living our experiences, our perspective is from our own processing of what is taking place, right? So those who are in their own fantasy world may have a whole different concept of what is taking place all around you. So whether you're grounded in reality, or if you are walking around in some kind of illusion, can distort your perception of what's going to happen to you. So if there was a box outside right now your door, and somebody knocked on your door, and you open up the door and there was a big surprise with your name on it, you know if that was there, you won't see the connection that you manifested that, unless somewhere along the line you had said, hey universe, I'm so open, show me a gift, show me one to appear suddenly with my name on it. It would be so clear it was for me. Like, give it to me any way it may show up in some way, and just put it out there. Just put it out there. Wouldn't it be nice? Write it down several times. Wouldn't it be nice if a gift showed up for me? And if it shows up, are you going to put the connection? Because sometimes some people manifest in a day. Sometimes people manifest in a week. Maybe it would be 2 weeks from now, and you may see that box appear. Now, does it mean there's something wrong with how fast you manifest it? Absolutely not. It's just your resistance can really interfere there. All right, so time is an illusion. It depends on how high you vibrate to how fast you will manifest this in your life. Because if you manifest really fast, that means normally you vibrate really high. And we're all human, ego, instant manifestation. We want it now, we want it now. And that doesn't work that way. It goes by your frequency. It goes by the way that you can, go through your manifestation and putting that energy back out, and how it's received. And so that's why we're always stating, raise your vibration so that you can be in alignment with everything. That's because time is interfered with, whether you are going slow in your frequency or going fast. And so you want things to be in alignment, then it's really important for you to be in alignment with the money, or with the success, or with the health, or what is it that you're holding on to, and what is it that you have to let go of. Because quite often we will hold on to the lack, the pain, the suffering, the inability to have. And so this all, I'm in front of your house, open your that's funny. Thanks. I've had these glasses for quite a few years, and everybody says, "Oh, you look like a Barbie." I was Barbie before Barbie came out, right? Um, so yeah, you know what? Don't say I wish I could, because that means absent. That means you don't believe that you could. I'm going to tell you, when you learn to really let go, when you really learn to surrender, that's the hardest thing to do, is to be really, truly open and trusting that the universe will set up and do these things for you. Like, it's mind-blowing when you get in that position to do that. And I'm not saying any of you are flawed in any way. We resist the universe. to do this for us. So how do we allow ourselves to be in receiving mode? That's a tough one. I'll tell you, it took me a long time to learn how to do that. To get into receiving mode is to not be full of leakages because you're looking at what everybody's doing and how everybody is receiving or how everybody is reacting to you. Like, if your energy is so connected to everybody else, your energy would be low, you'll be depleted, you wouldn't have any sense of understanding of how to be grounded in your energy, because you'll give off leakages to everybody else. You're putting your light into everybody else, right? And what you have to do is, don't be concerned about what everybody else. Jessica, I see you are deleting messages. What messages are you deleting? Jessica, I'm seeing a lot of messages deleted. Some of those messages are not needing to be. Yeah. Oh, they're very essential. Okay. So, yeah, leakages. Jessica, you even said earlier that your energy is so low lately. So there is a possibility that your energy, yeah, my website, I'll put it down in the link below if you miss what I'm going to say. I usually have it in my description, but I don't know if I put it in this morning. But the website is www.loveinthe12thdimension.com. And my glasses, these are prescription. These are prescription glasses, and they are designed, called Teos, and these are limited edition. But I will put the link down below. The website has lots of free information. I have also all sorts of books. The latest one is, I think, the really informative one regarding manifestation. You can buy it on Amazon. However, for anybody in this chat, if you message me or email me, I'll give you a free PDF copy. I won't make you buy my book, but if you really want to get in alignment with manifesting, being a manifester, I have a wonderful book. I don't have a copy of the book to show you right now, but in my previous videos, you might have seen one of them. But I would give you a free PDF, and you can download it and read it. And it's got even a 21-day journal in it where it has all sorts of little projects for you to do each day. And it's great. And so you can, in my Get Your Soulmate, Dump the Rest, you can certainly email the contact information, and I'll send you a PDF copy of that book, and for free. There's no charge. And because I think on my website it would just probably take you to the link on the Amazon. Some people work only for a house and drain the energy to attain the house and not realizing they have limited their opportunities in life. You know what? I'm going to respond to that comment. So if you believe that you wake up and that your capability of the only way to earn money is through your job to pay for your house and that is all that you are limited to, then that is a belief system that's going to keep you very much in 3D. If you believe that the potential is that you can get money from unexpected sources, that you have a value that is in exchange with the universe, that you are able to receive, and for all that you give out, then there is an actual exchange of more different ways that you are being in alignment with what you deserve and receive, right? So if you go and basically feel that you have to work hard to survive, then there is the possibility that you have a block in your root chakra where that you are always feeling that you are needing to be in survival mode. Survival mode means just barely having enough. And if you are, hello, is that Robomath? I'm not sure if that's what it's saying, Robomath. But if you are, your chakras is a lot to say. Hey, Shane, that's a lot to say with what is in alignment with you. So, for example, if you have scarcity mindset, feeling that you don't have enough, you will maybe have a block in your root chakra. Your root is your security, your foundation, your home, your survival mechanism. And if you are, well, yeah, exactly. That is survival advice, because of the fact is there is more. We have more. We have absolutely so much more. And if you feel very much that you are only going to have enough to pay your rent, then that is where you're putting your own resistance, because money can come from all unexpected sources. You could get money from a YouTube. You can get money from a book. You can get money from unexpected sources. You can get gifts. You can get requests. You can get money from all sorts of ways. So it is, and then what I say is your root is where we have that scarcity mindset. And your sacral is basically how you connect with others, others from other sources, other, your networking, your other people, how you engage with others. And then your solar plexus has a lot to do with, how you feel as, on each other's wavelength. If you feel that you're sacrificing yourself and giving, or are you in receiving mode too? Is there a give and a receiving? That's where we can get those blockages are all going to interfere with when it goes from root to your sacral, to your solar plexus, and into your heart chakra. This is where the physical has a lot to do with those lower chakras. And if it's in your heart where you are open and you can feel that you can receive unconditional love, that means that that you are going to be safe, you are going to be nurtured, you are going to be replenished, you are going to be in a really great receptive mode. Will me and Philip be together again? Buddhists thinks monks are trained live with the minimum of possessions to center their mind and using the universe to attain. Yes, that's absolutely right. And that is actually one of the best methods to understand that anything outside of yourself that you are attached to, that you feel that you can't live without, like if you feel that any of those possessions is more important than life itself, then you're missing the whole thing, because that's true. Buddhist monks are trained to live with the minimum of possessions to center their mind on using the universe to attain all that they need. You can have everything mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally all within yourself. Everything outside of yourself is basically a manifestation, personally. And everything that has to leave, it's only because you have the ability to call in even more. Yeah, their real power and ours, you know, and ours. Will I answer questions today? What type of question did you have? Because I see, will you and Philip be together again? I didn't bring my cards. I'm traveling and I forgot them. So I thought I would do a live question and answer. And I'm a professional YouTuber. Hi. I'm so glad to see other professional YouTubers in my chat. What was the reason why my boyfriend Carlos, the Leo, blew me off this past weekend and not even say anything about it to me? I'm an Aries. Oh, I could answer that one for you, but I don't know if you are ready to do it without going into full reading. How about, I'll tell you what, Maria Valentine, I don't know if I have your name right, but anybody who is looking for a more like a reading that I would like to do with tarot, not in a full depth, but like a tarot live type of reading, leave a comment below and you can put, will me and F be together again? And what I can do is when I'm home and grabbing my cards, if not tonight, because maybe tonight I might be a little tired. We'll see how much sleep I can get on the plane. Maybe tomorrow night I will answer those questions for you. And so what you'll have to do is put a little note below and I will either tag you in another live or I may just put a few words on your comment below. But yeah, I do like your response there for the Buddhist monk because that's really accurate. Thank you. I don't like my teeth, so I'm surprised you even made that comment because I'm not attached to it. I'm like, yeah, it is me. It is who I am. I was born in '68. I don't have Botox, I don't have fillers, and I don't even have makeup on but lipstick. And you know what? I look in the mirror and I say, listen, I love who I am and I love my energy. And as long as I like myself, that's all great. But there was a time when I was going through my life where I didn't like what I seen in the mirror and I didn't want anybody to look at me. And I would create all of these ways that I had really bad acne and I had all these ways that I didn't want anybody to look at me. And as soon as I started accepting who I was, I noticed that everybody started accepting and appreciating what they seen of me. So this is how energy works. If you internalize certain things that are dislike or you're creating your own wall, you're creating, the skin is the biggest organ in your body and your skin will hold your emotions of how you feel and show to the world. So if you look like really deep wrinkles and lots of aging, you may also be showing lots of ways where you're in a lot of pain and fading and just deep wounds will show up on your face. Year 79. Is that the year that you were born? I'm not sure what you're saying. Year of 79. I was born in 1968. Sorry. I'm getting notifications on my phone. I have no idea. Does anybody else get all those text messages from these weird numbers where you don't know who they are and you just don't respond to them because you don't know if they're going to scam you. Give it up. Time has come to pass. You're older, you lived the life. Time to move forward. Time to move forward. Who says that life, we have to sit there and just let it all pass? I, I'm telling you, I enjoy my life pretty good. And there are people who appreciate all that I do for them too. Um, I can go further and talk about more, but like I say, whatever kind of question that you may have. So yes, there are a few of you who are asking me questions about manifestation. If you want to download my free PDF, like I'm saying, I'm offering to you free, because if you buy it on Amazon, you have to pay for it. But if you want to have a free PDF copy of my book, to be a manifesting queen, and for those who are men, you know, this is about being in receiving mode. So this is about your feminine energy being in a state of receiving. If you want to download my book, and it also has a 21-page book section where you can write in kind of like journaling, mindset activities, and questions for journaling, and different methods that you can use in order to you to manifest. If you make a comment in the chat sometimes don't show up when I post these videos, and so you may lose out. But if you want to post in the comments, I don't want anybody to actually put their email addresses. So maybe it's best that you contact me through my contact information. Don't text me through my number because I'm not going to respond, but my email address is there, and you can certainly email me and I will send you a copy of the PDF. And Andrea, what was the reason my boyfriend Carlos the Leo blew me off this past weekend and not even say anything about it to me? I'm an Aries. I will tell you, I know that Aries is going through a bit of a difficult time regarding some relationship dynamics, and it's only because of the fact of certain planets that are even sitting in Aries is affecting you. I'm not going to say what's coming up, but like I said, put a note in the comments and I will do a few readings when I get my tarot and my tarot cards, and we can certainly sort that out for you a little bit. So you can put your comment down and you can say, hey, I would like to have a reading about me and Carlos. I'm also going to do all signs for all the readings for everyone. Most likely not today. It will be Monday and Tuesday to get through the signs. Do things that happen in our lives block out chakras like lost? Yes, absolutely. So, all right. So let's put it this way. When we think about, I'm going to answer this, the best way I can answer this question about blocked chakras. All right, think about us receiving love through our heart chakra. Not the lower chakras activities, but actually unconditional love, to be told you're loved, to be welcome, to have that balanced union of love. Blocked heart All right. So if you go through a love connection where you're telling somebody you love them, they are telling you you love them, they loved you, and going through this absolutely wonderful alignment of beautiful, true love, and everything seems great. And for whatever reason, either you or them have to karmically go through something where you have to stop loving each other in a physical reality. So whether they have to go and deal with a responsibility, or you have to go for whatever reason, work, home, something, all right? When a breakup happens, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of grief, there's a loss, there is pain. And so what happens is, hey Naomi, so what can happen is you can create a block. And through that grief and through that suffering and through that pain, and if that block happens, you will start manifesting your lessons, because you're holding on some pain and negativity and separation. And so what you'll do is you will attract from there. And that block will start getting you to start manifesting from here, or manifesting from here, or manifesting. This is usually blocked when this is usually blocked. So here you're blocked, here you're blocked, here. And so your throat is not even being able to say everything that you have to say, because there's a blockage here, there's a blockage here. And so some of those blockages can make some of your other chakras to overcompensate them. And so what you will do is you'll have power, where you're fighting through power connections, where there would be one is needing to fight for power, or fight for independence, or fighting to be seen or heard, or feeling invisible, or domination, or there's all of those little ways where scarcity, all of those ways that you have to overcome those challenges, all because your heart has been blocked. And this is common, especially in the twin flame dynamics, where we are in separation mode and that other person had to go, and you're holding on to that pain, that separation, that, oh my goodness, I can't seem to go on without them. This is where we develop all sorts of lessons and karmic ways to come back to you. Because when your soul goes with them, or your soul is in such pain and you're not in alignment with yourself anymore, you start losing your sense of self. You start blocking parts of you. There's all sorts. Hello there, Jessica Cat. So there is all sorts of ways where you are doing all of these manifestations for you to come back to who you are, your authentic self. Your soul is always going, it's just cat. Your soul wants to be in alignment with you, not another person, with you. And so we will attract the twin flame to show you where you are separated from yourself, right? So if you see all of this love towards them, and you're paying attention to them avoiding you, them not acknowledging you, those self-worth, all of these are ways that we are projecting our inner self. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with who we are. It's just a possibility that we are not being our authentic selves, we are not being in our state of love to ourselves. Excuse me, but those glasses look like CG. These are my prescription glasses. I cannot read your messages without them. They're dirty though. I didn't bring my glasses cleaner. I will. No, I will. I can't post it. I'm doing this by my phone. So when I'm done the live, I will post that link. All right. And I will also post my email address for everybody to ask for a copy of the book. I promise. I'll post it right after our live. I'm still trying to get over the death of my grandmother, father, uncle, and cousin. Oh, that is so, that's hard. It's like your whole soul family is, your whole soul family is supporting you also from the other side. Like there is a separation that's happening there, but there's also a way that you can still feel aligned. Yeah. Um, yeah, thank you for that. So, so what other questions do you think that we can talk about? Like I said, anybody who wants those questions answered with tarot cards or tarot readings or asking a little bit more in depth about what is happening regarding your energies, that has to be posted down below, and I can get back to that when I get home. Yeah. So that is a ability that we all have. Some of us can hear, some of us can see, some of us can feel, and these are our senses. And when you look at our abilities are not all the same. So when we look at a spectrum of light or a spectrum of color, we have a limited view of what we can see, hear, feel, experience. And some of us have the ability to go beyond that spectrum in some way. So if you have higher sensory, where you can see things, feel things, hear things, or yeah, it's spiritual gifts from God, but your ability to be able to have, we can be nice sober fishing. Don't tell somebody that she's delusional because she has the ability. So think about this, Mr. accusing her of smoking crack. Suppose a dog whistle, you blow it. You can't hear it, right? But the dog can. They're responding, they're barking. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's just that you may not be able to hear that sound, but the dog can, and there's certain people with sensory who can also. So some people can hear those high frequencies that we are not naturally aligned to hear. And that's how that works. The ability to be able to hear that dog whistle is not a gift, but it is, right? Because it's rare. Our gift is being a physical human being, having an existence. I mean, look at all the spirits around us who don't have a physical body to have the experiences that we have. They think we're gods. They think we're amazing because we have the ability to feel things and to see things and to touch things and to have a consciousness is like them, but for us to have the physical sensations that we get to experience on every day, this is a gift from God, right? So for us to be able to experience the same without that limitation, that's more beyond a gift. Because then that means that we cross the line into our spirit, our soul, right? So I'll be to your hotel room in 7 minutes, GPS. All right. She's right. I used to not believe, and I was forced not by any one human, but by the others. Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that when I hear that people have been able to see Archangel Michael and Mother Mary. That is beautiful. I love that. What's rude, Andrea? Yeah, so rude that they were yeah, yeah, somebody was saying. Yeah. So if somebody, let's put it this way, let's be fair. If someone doesn't have the ability to have the same experience as you, then they will project all sorts of fears. Why are they not able to hear or see or experience some of the things that you do? Now, I have to say this, some of the experiences that I have had scared me a little. When my third eye first opened up and I was able to actually see into other dimensions and be able to experience some of the things that are actually around us, I was kind of like, I don't like this because my mind couldn't process what it was taking in because it's not something that we have experienced before. And our brain was like, this doesn't all make sense. It doesn't make you seem real. And this is the same as when we are manifesting. When you're hearing things that you're not used to hearing, when you're seeing things that you're not used to seeing, and when you are feeling things that you're not used to feeling, you will push it away and you will say that this is not something that I should be experiencing. But why not? Why be so afraid? What is it that is telling you that something that you have never experienced before is not like you, or not good for you, or bad for you? And that is the thing, is if that is the possibility that this is bad for you, then if there's a possibility you can have something bad for you, maybe it's also good. Like where do we draw the line to what is good and what is bad for you? And so, you know, allow yourself to experience what it is that you have to experience. If you are able to hear things or see things, that's lovely. Share those blessings with anyone who can't. And if you are able to process things that others can't, share. Others wants to hear. Others want to experience those things. And so, if you see something that someone else does not, don't be afraid, because you are able to take what you are experiencing and be able to, share your part with the world. And that's why, I do the things that I do. I have so much that has been shared with me that I feel great pleasure in being able to take that information and share it with you. We are mostly limited to experiencing what's necessary to survive in a human body. Absolutely. I just talked about that a little earlier. We only dial into what we need to survive, but there's so much. Yeah, here. We are just on a certain station, so to speak. Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. Opening the heart chakra. Opening the heart chakra to all those possibilities. And if we are closed off and discerning that, none of that's good for me, well, that's you dialing into your station. But so many ways that we are limiting ourselves, limiting our belief system through our mind, limiting our energy systems, limiting our whole, when we hold and wait for our twin flame, who we think it is, we are limiting ourselves from all the beautiful experiences that is out there for us to experience. And that's the thing. Where are you limiting yourself? Whether it is a conversation or an emotional exchange or a manifestation of energy that you have never even been in alignment with. Like, where are we limiting ourselves? That's a great way of taking your day, writing in your journal. Universe, today, if anything, allow me to experience something that I have been limited from before. And how can I allow myself more? I would like to experience more than I've ever have before. And is there a way that I can experience what I have been limited from because of my own belief system? Expand me. Allow me to grow so I can take in more. There is nothing wrong with having great experiences, because when we look at why do we all want money, so we can have more experiences. Money is just an object that we use to exchange to allow us the free pass to get more of those experiences than before. But it's funny, when you open up your energy, money shows up in magical ways. But you got to believe. There are ways to open up your chakras. And when you open up those chakras, you have to be okay to see what you suppressed. Yes, learning something new every day. Yeah, well, that's the thing. What do we talk about here? We talk about not just superficial, how do I go from A to B, but how can you be able to come full circle and experience that circle is just a spiral that is infinite in existence. Instead of going and completing, you just keep going in a loop that is a spiral, endless spiral, never completing, never ever ending, just going and going and going. All right. So, any more questions? I heard that before. Which I don't love my teeth, by the way. Right now they're coffee stained too. All right. Write down your questions below in the comments, in the chat. I'm not guaranteed I'm going to see this later, but write your questions below in the comment below. If you want me to tag you or put your answers for your tarot, because I forgot my cards. And so I will do some readings when I'm home off of the plane. And for those who want the download of a book, if you want manifestations, send me an email, have manifestation, and I will send you a free copy of the PDF. If you want a free book on inner child healing, I've got that too. Or to be able to align yourself with your soulmate, I have so many copies of different books. I don't mind sending you a free PDF if you want one from this live. Andrea, you have to put it in the comment below, not in the chat, because when I post this, I'm not sure if the chat is going to show up later on when I post this. So I don't want you to be discouraged that I didn't get to you. It's just, I may not be able to see this because it's in the chat, and I may not. Sometimes I don't always, I see your question, it's in the chat, but later when I do the readings, once I can, that's all right. It's just, I need I need to be home in my environment with my cards, with my candles, with my energy in alignment, not at a hotel room. And I, for some reason, didn't bring my cards, and I think it's because I probably won't even be really fully in my own energy. And so I'll do them for you. But let's do that in a place where I know for sure I can find your question. And so if you post it below, then I'll be able to get to you, because I don't know for sure if I'll be able to do it with you in the chat. Just understand that. But I did see your question. And you know what? Once I get off that plane, my flight is 9 hours, and I've been up like at 3 in the morning every day, so I'm like a little tired. Oh, thank you, Gus. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I appreciate that. So listen, anybody? No, you don't have any permission to do anything with my soul, because my soul is good. So any other questions during your life that you may want to talk about? What about past life regression? Would anybody want to talk about that? I do past life regression on a regular. Oh, I'm sorry. I see your question. I understand. I thought you were making a comment about my soul. And I'm like, no, your soul is dark. Can you change it? All right. So, is your soul dark, or is it just the. Okay. I don't think your soul's dark. By the way, I think that there are some. I'm getting that you have experiences that are related to your sacral and shame that is coming through. And so this is because you're not in your actual alignment of self. And soon as you are able to get into your alignment of self, you'll be able to understand that your soul is experiencing certain things for you to release. But when you're in that activation of shame, you're actually in that dark disappointment of self. We actually have dark and light in all of us to experience the as us and the alter us. A lot of bad things are happening to you. All right, so if a lot of bad things are happening to you, and so we can attract those negative things, we can also attract positive situations. So you're a great manifester, by the way. So a great manifester doesn't mean that they always attract good things. It depends on your own ability to reach for positive or to fall in negativity. And so by attracting situations, whether good or bad, still makes you a manifester. But if you are heavily focused on victim, scarcity, lack, absence, victim mentality, um, uh, pain, suffering, those things are what you're going to receive. You're going to see those cloudy, rainy days. However, if you can attract that, you can also very well be on the other side of that. It's just like the other side of the stick, because um, it's it's basically the noise that you keep in your, is like kind of going on in the background all the time. So if you are hyper focused on a situation that wasn't able to be resolved, you're just going to keep on hyper fixate on those things all the time. And so until you're able to be free of that negativity, you will seem to think that you only attract those negative things, because it's kind of like if you went for a walk and 105 cars passed you by, and then somebody said how many cars were red, you'll be having a hard time figuring out how many cars were red. But if somebody said to you, how many red cars are going to pass you by, you will notice as you walk by all of the cars that were red. You'll be like, oh my God, there were so many red cars. I can't believe it. So it's how you're telling your brain to pay attention to certain things. And so can I discuss aligning with yourself in more detail? Oh yeah, absolutely. The perspective wasn't on my plate, so I'll try to imply this thinking. Yeah, well, you know, I feel that everyone, when you look at your energy, your human design, which for those who are not familiar with it, if you Google human design, you'll see that we have an energy field. And so our time of birth does impact our energies. And so that sometimes can create blockages or what we are needing to be in alignment with other people to change. So where you are born in your astrology chart, for example, or in your human design, is based on a certain energy, and your soul has come here to evolve. And so if your soul has come here to evolve, it is also to see that everything your soul wants to achieve, but it's limited by our own beliefs, our own insecurities, our own past lives, and the limitations in even our planets and our chakras and our energies. So our soul came here to be free, to be expansive, to be allowing ourselves to receive all sorts of wonderful experiences, good and bad, because how you react, how you respond has a lot to do with your soul and growth, because what is good for you will be more appreciated, and what would be negative or bad would be, rejected and pushed away. But some of us have kind of got it backwards, where we tend to fixate on those bad things and we tend to attract those bad things. And instead, so that's what your soul is here to do, is to align yourself. That's why we have the ability to change our radio dial, to align ourselves with things that are good with us, things that we want to experience, things that we may have experienced many times over. Just We're just like, how can we achieve that? How can we have those wonderful experiences again and again? Well, those are all going to be based on how can you be able to reject those bad, because we're experiencing all sorts of experiences all the time, and the energy is coming at us in all sorts of ways. But our chakra system is, and our subtle energy system is designed in how we are relating with these energies. And so if our mind and our heart and our emotional system and our belief system and our physical energy system is in alignment with positive, good things, that takes discipline. It takes, focusing your mind on what you are exposing it to, and how are you releasing anything that wasn't so good for you. If you had a childhood that wasn't so great, maybe there's a lot of memories that you hold on to that weren't really great, but it's really hard to remember the good memories sometimes. And that is why it is so important for us to look at what we repress and what we don't want to know and admit to, that there was things that we experienced that wasn't so good. But that is the true part of our existence, is we have a choice. And that choice is, you don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to go through the pain and hold on to it. You can let it go, because your choice is how you want to feel. Because if you are reacting to someone else's behavior, you're giving them all your power to how you want to feel. But when you make up your mind, when you wake up, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to be in alignment with the universe, and no one else is going to come between that. No way. I am going to have a fantastic day. I'm going to look for all the ways that the universe is sharing with me the greatest experiences and the greatest ways. And anything that is negative, I'm going to reject. I'm going to push it away. Just make your choice first thing in the morning. And anything that is negative or it can influence you in any way, you have that choice. And anything that you have had in the past that may be still holding on, maybe it's a possibility. It's time to let it show up, observe it, and say, oh, I remember that. That doesn't feel good. I don't want it anymore. How can I release that? Write it down on a piece of paper. Rip it up and say, I'm done with that. I don't want to tell people to light it up and catch it on fire, because maybe some of you shouldn't have lighters in your hands. But rip it up. Write it all down. All of this stuff hurts me. All of this stuff caused me pain. How can you transmute it? Is knowing it was a gift in some way, so that you can now experience it, to release it, let it go, rip it up. I gotta tell you, now I know that comment seems a little, nice rack. I'm just gonna put it there. So most of my life, I had not a physical body that I liked. And so since I have been really working through my manifestations and what I want to experience, I've evolved over the last few years. So after I went through menopause, my body started to change, and it started to change in different ways. And I was like, what's going on here? Because my body started to change in different magnificent ways. And I always wanted to have my body to be a little bit more curvier, and it started to happen. And I don't know how it happened, but my body started to change in wonderful ways. And so, those are still those ways. When I look at my Facebook images and I look at my, when I was trying so hard to have a physical body that I felt like I was attractive in, I couldn't have it. But as soon as I let it go and I'm like, you know what, universe, I am me. I just love who I am. Things started to happen. And am I a cougar? I can't say I'm a cougar because even though I attract younger men, I don't date younger. Yeah, right, right. I manifested certain things because I said to the universe, wouldn't it be nice, right? So I was like opening up myself to the possibilities. When I wanted to go and I wanted to be able to have great skincare, I end up getting a job. I work with a doctor. We create wonderful skincare. It's amazing because, like, whatever I kind of said I wanted to have in my life, it showed up. I wanted to go on a trip this weekend. And I was like, universe, make it happen. Somebody offered me a job and it paid my way to come here this weekend so I could see my granddaughter. There is all sorts of ways that the universe will respond to your request. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get there, but it happens. All you have to do is be open, surrender. And surrender is hard because when we're in pain and suffering, we're not in surrendering mode. We are in complete control of everything. Maybe I manifested it by excluding certain things subconsciously. So I'm not sure how to answer that, but we take on our perceptions of how we see others see us. And so if others see us a certain way through our own judgments, we can manipulate our own perception of us. We're only energy. If we're only energy, our energy will very well change when we stop paying attention to how others see us. And how we can change that energy is by allowing ourselves to be who we truly are. Without that, we can have that discipline of eating well and sleeping well, and giving ourselves exercise and breathing well. Those are discipline, but there are certain things that we cannot control, and certain things are based on the health of our body or the energy of our body, or how things happen. But we are all a manifestations of our true idea of who we are as an authentic self, and the perception of what we believe. And so, if you have poor self-esteem, feel unworthy, feel invaluable, feel not confident, you look for others to validate that. Pearl, I didn't bring my tarot cards and I'm traveling right now. So I had told everybody, if you are looking for a particular type of general reading, you can certainly make a comment below underneath the video. And when I get home, I will certainly get to you. This is just basically a question and answering theme because I didn't want to give anybody a reading based on so many questions coming at me. I'm not sure how clear I could be. tarot cards helps me focus my energy a little bit better. Hello, Backstroms. Yeah, so just put it a little, if you put it in the chat, I may not be able to see these later on. So it would be better for me to respond to the comments below the video instead. All right. Anything else that we could have a discussion about? Because I'm going to soon sign off, but I will be back on. And when I get home with those tarot cards, I will certainly get to your questions. I will also do readings for each of the signs. And if you're asking me to check in on your energies, I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to do it better later when I come back online. Just for the same thing I said to everybody else, I'm not doing any personalized readings. This is just question and answer. Sometimes I can go and check in if I start talking. I can feel all sorts of energies, but I'm also getting bombarded with lots of energies here, and it's hard for me to focus on each individual right now. But I had a karmic soulmate. I'm not sure what KSA means. Pearl, I'm not going to message you privately. What I'm going to say is down below, make your question kind of clear. And then what I'll do is I'll either make a video and attach it to your answer, or I'll write it out for you. Saudi Arabia. Oh, ma'am, I had a karmic soulmate. Ma'am, I had a karmic soulmate in Saudi Arabia. It still exists. So you want to know if your person is, oh, you know what? So that would be one of those questions that I'm telling everybody to put below, not in the chat, but below. Just say, reading on me and my karmic, and I will do that. All right? I'll give you some insight. I will give you insight on in your energy, their energy, what's happened in the past, what's subconsciously taken place, what you're achieving, what's blocking you, what you are needing to do, and what could be the possible result if that is achieved, and any clarification that may be needed. I am not going to do spell removals. What I can tell you is that I do have videos that are really great for clearing and resetting your energy field. And any spell removals, I really don't do those. I am a believer in cleansing your auric field and your energy field, and cleaning of everything and resetting your energy. That's what I do. All right. Anyway. Hello. I am now going to let you go because I do have another group that I have to go and coach right now, and they're looking for me. So I will talk to you all later, and put those messages down in the comments and I will get to them. I have to catch a plane, and 9 hours after I get off that plane, I might be a little tired, so it might be tomorrow. And I will certainly get back to you all. For those who want the PDF downloads, I have a bunch on my website. For those who may not know where that is, that's okay. You can visit my website, www.loveinthe12th dimension. And if you don't find my website in my information, you usually have it there. I am going to put my email address for those to message me, and you can write down manifestation for the manifestation PDF, or a soulmate if you want the soulmate PDF, or if you want the inner child PDF. I'll send you a copy of my book for no charge. Thank you. Yes, I can actually. I do know how to read astrology charts. So I'm quite versed in all things basically metaphysical. I do metaphysical healing. I'm a shaman, so I have all sorts of abilities too. And so, yeah. On my website, you'll see all sorts of different types of readings I do. But if you just want a little test of it, if you make a comment below, I will give you a mini version of that for free. I'm not asking for money from you. All right. So before I go, thank you for your support. Thank you for your time here. Thank you for going back and watching my videos. For anybody who was looking for alignment with your soulmate, your twin flame, or your true life partner, I have a bunch of videos that I have done with subconscious reprogramming, videos that will help you open up your heart and align you with your true love. They are in the different videos that I have done here, because I do past life regressions, and I do hypnotize and do hypnosis to help you reprogram your subconscious. And I share them here because of the fact that as long as one of you is able to have a better life, then I've done my job. Well, Jeff, how about the next time I may be able to give you your answers that you're looking for? I'm not sure what your questions were. And I thank you all. Like I say, make a comment. We're not done here. We're done. We're still going. And it's just, I'm going to turn off my live, but we'll continue this. And soon, next time, come back here and you'll see your answers. I will do that. And once I'm done, I'm going to also update, make sure that my website, my email address, so you can message for your free PDF book. And also for those who want those little mini readings, absolutely make a note below. I'm not going to do anybody's readings privately. Those are paid. All right. Thank you.